even a person who, so to speak, FFB, as they call them, from birth, really ought to re-examine his connection with Hashem and build it anew. There's two aspects to Avraham. Number one, Avraham was like the first one to make this connection with Hashem. When we talk about the Avos, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and their relationship with Hashem, well, to a certain degree, Yitzchak was raised by Avraham and inherited that relationship. And Yaakov inherited a relationship. Each one forged their own relationship. Yitzchak's relationship was different than Avraham, and Yaakov's was different than Yitzchak and Avraham. However, Avraham was the first one to forge that relationship. Avraham, as the first one to make the connection with Hashem, stands as the inspiration for each of us to make our own unique connections. Those of us who were privileged to be born Jews may have inherited a relationship with Hashem from our parents, if they had a relationship with Hashem, from our teachers. Some of us who were born Jewish may not have had that privilege of a relationship with Hashem early on, because we may have come from a background where Hashem was not part of our milieu, and we did forge it on our own. We, in a similar way, were pioneers like Avraham, or a person who joins the Jewish nation from being born a non-Jew is also a pioneer like Avraham in that way, and that's why a convert is given the name Ben Avraham, son of Avraham, for two reasons. Number one is to say, yes, you're part of the Jewish people, just like every Jew is a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So are you, but he's a descendant. Spiritually speaking, his soul is connected, but also it means he's a Ben Avraham, and he's walking in the footsteps of Avraham. Just like Avraham forged his own connection with Hashem in a world where that connection didn't exist for others. A person who converts to Judaism does the same thing. A person who's a baal teshuva does the same thing. And even a person who, so to speak, FFB, as they call them, from birth, really ought to re-examine his connection with Hashem and build it anew. Everyone should be an Avraham. So that unique connection with Hashem that we're describing, it has a special resonance with the personality of Avraham, and everybody should connect with that and say, I also need to be an Avraham. I also need to find Hashem, wherever I'm coming from, whether I'm coming from a religious Jewish background, a non-religious Jewish background, or a non-Jewish background. I need to be like Avraham. I need to find Hashem for myself and connect to him for myself. So that's why there's a special emphasis on Avraham. Every single person should make their own connection to Hashem. I also need to be an Avraham.